Hey everyone, it's Life and Vibe, otherwise known as Ray. And Jeb came out with a really short video today and seemed a little bit upset and a little bit angry with the community here on YouTube. And it seems that I guess all the fortune that he was enjoying, along with Offended Outcast, otherwise known as Raymond George Krebs, potentially has come to an end. Now, we don't really know. None of us are in Kentucky, and the only evidence that we have of the videos that are currently being released from Jeb himself and everything in regards to Raymond has been put to private. He's not deleted his videos. If you go back, I released a video recently that clearly shows that any of his accounts are on private mode so that he can still get that sweet, sweet YouTube coin and be paid on August 21st. He still is actively running his Buy Me a Coffees and still has his P.O. Box address for anybody wanting to send him gift cards. That's the Offended Outcast, of course. And Jeb gave heads up yesterday that Raymond does tend to get a lot of money. So, with all of that said, Jeb did put this video out saying that he was going to be dropping little details and wanting to kind of, almost like TikTok style serialize his story with Offended Outcast, which potentially could work better on a platform like TikTok. YouTube tends to be a little bit different. So maybe it's not the story or who you are, Jeb, but just maybe the social media medium that you are choosing. But I think because he saw how easy Offended Outcasts made money with AI scripts, I do believe him about that. And people just generously wanting to make this lonely old man feel happy with gifts and monetary rewards that Jeb would like to have a little bit of that too. And probably he's finding that being a young person and having been connected with this other person, it's probably not going to happen. All right, let me put out my fair use statement and just let everybody know that anything that I say is going to be just my opinion. And even though I am a registered nurse here in the United States, I am not going to treat or diagnose Jeb with anything. And these videos are just for information and educational purposes. Okay, let's get Jeb away. It's called Grifter Jeb, hashtag viral, hashtag FYP, which I have no idea what that acronym is for, hashtag shut up, hashtag grifters. It's very short. So I wanted to make sure I got this out because I have a feeling these are the types of videos that may suddenly disappear.
Hey, everybody. Grifter Jeb here. I slept under a bridge last night. So, since I slept under a bridge, I grifted my way here. So if you could, since I did sleep under a bridge last night, maybe you would send me some money since you sat in your house, your apartment, your trailer, your camper, and had air conditioning and a nice cold drink to grab out of the refrigerator.
Okay, so I'm going to stop for fair use. I guess he is obviously potentially thinking that because those of us who are part of this community have caused him to lose what he was getting with Offended Outcast. And it just happens that the type of crimes that Raymond was convicted of, and even the crimes that you yourself have had, kind of lay question to whether people in the community are going to feel willing to support you. Now, I have had a variety of comments in my channel, on my channel, I should say, on my video last night. Some people are absolutely willing to give you a second chance. They want to see what happens and want to see just the best for you. Other people think that you're not being honest about things and still are very skeptical, about who you are and what your motivations are. So, I mean, there's always going to be both camps. And as I said in my video yesterday, and I have had to learn, and I've just learned over a lifetime, I'm going to be 57 in a couple of days, is that you really have to develop a tough skin. People are going to not get nicer as you get older. In fact, the legal things or things that you face as you start to age are really going to test you and test your grit as you start to advance your way through life. Life is challenging. It's not for, and I know that you've already had a lot of challenges.
A hot, warm meal that was cooked on a stove. But Grifter Jeb here slept under this here bridge. He needs some money. He hasn't had no money in his pocket because he spent it all. I would like to think that since Grifter Jeb is such a grifter, he could get some money sent his way. I would really appreciate it. Grifter Jeb out.
Okay. I wonder if he has a PayPal link in his description. I'm guessing not. No, he has no description. And then if I take a look, let's take a look at his comments first. There's 21 comments. I know he said he was monitoring, and people don't like sometimes when they feel they've been monitored on YouTube. I mean, you have to have a certain amount of, monitoring because the language can get wild. That isn't appropriate. You don't want to get your channel removed for, the bad language. So certain things you do have to watch as the creator, but two sides to an opinion. Somebody disagreeing or not liking you is okay. You're always going to have it. It's fine. Somebody said, go to work. Duh, the rest of us have to work to have things. And I always want to give grace for anybody who has had a criminal record. Potentially he has more barriers, especially if he does not have an address. That's another barrier. One thing that I would not know if it's available in Kentucky or any type of services that could put him with an address and start to help him be able to have some type of stability. He obviously was doing some things when he met Jeb. I mean, not Jeb, offended Outcast Ray. Where's offended Outcast YouTube site? I want to send him some money. I'm not quite sure what that one means. Jeb had some good qualities, and no one's perfect. Some people are known as Mr. and Mrs. Perfect, but they're racist behind the scenes, and that's much more worse than anything than Jeb does. He's not that and anything like that. Well, I mean, I don't know if that's really relevant to anything. And somebody says this is him being sarcastic. Yeah, he's definitely being sarcastic, but it's certainly with a certain amount of anger. I don't know how much it's sarcasm, because I don't know if this is the way to go. I left a comment and it disappeared. Don't listen to what other people call you and put one foot in front of the other. Hard to get. Just get a job with arrests in your background. Everyone makes mistakes. I can't read today. It's just Jebs are visible to employers. It's hard. Don't listen to him. And that's true. And he says, I can get a job just about anywhere. Well, okay. Well, that's good. Well, see, that's obviously not a barrier then. And then he says, and this is from the account that he had as his tech team account. I have been told I'm a grifter. So here is me grifting. Hope you enjoy. Grifter Jeb needs to get a job and earn his own way. See, and then he's going to get triggered. I think you missed the message, buddy. Then what's the message, Jeb? That would be a great title for your channel, Grifter Jeb. Oh my goodness. See, you don't want to open this up and become a lolcow. The problem with Jeb getting a job is not many places will hire somebody with a criminal record, but he just said he doesn't have a problem. So, and I think he just, saw that sweet YouTube coin. You're wrong. If he would change his attitude and be honest, there are a lot of felons, right? Whole lot that turned their lives around and got good, honest jobs. And many became business owners and presidents and CEOs of corporations. The key is true shame and true remorse that leads to true, sincere repentance for his ungodly. I mean, you could say for that, but I mean, literally having a chance to reflect and then correct actions. And, if he has any other underlying things, then it could be harder. But he could, but he has to want to have an honest job. Well, I mean, that's how sort of like good old fashioned pull yourself up by the bootstraps type mentality. Yes, it's not easy with a spotty background to just get up and get a job. Well, he said he doesn't have an issue with that. So I don't know what the message was. I don't know if it's just, I think the message is potentially lost on some people. So you may want to reconsider that. Okay, I just wanted to capture that before potentially he found that the joke fell flat and he took the video down, and see just kind of what starts to happen, whether there's any truth behind that he is actually living underneath a bridge at this moment, and therefore the emoji needs to be a bridge. So if you see a bridge emoji, please make sure to leave me that. And if you do get a chance, you know, we can always say that Jeb is definitely doing potentially one of these.
I simply asked. I said, I wish I could have this dry begging. Well, I mean, you know what that is.
And I'm absolutely going to dry beg for a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you give me a hype, I appreciate it even more. All right. Make sure to leave that bridge, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.